90% sure it's gonna go this way.
Oh, that's badass.
Hey, it didn't hit anything.
Woo!
It didn't hit anything.
Nope.
So no one died in the cutting down of the tree, so that's a good thing, but we got it on the ground, and now we're going to get ready to make it into a beam, and I'm going to explain to you kind of how the chainsaw mill works and kind of what we did. Hey, welcome back to Always Learning, and what are we doing today?
Today we are learning how to make a box beam bench.
Yeah, we're going to build a beam bench. We're going to take this tree that Johnson and I cut down where I almost died, put a little clip in there. Had to run with the big chainsaw, fell down. Some people thought it was funny. I did not.
I did.
Yeah, we're gonna take this. We're gonna make it into a beam bench. We're gonna make this into a beam, and then we're gonna put some legs on it, and then we're gonna sell it, and we're gonna take the wives on an awesome trip for dinner. See how it goes.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're gonna show you how to do it. We're gonna use an Alaskan chainsaw mill with the rails to basically get every side flush. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully we don't lose any appendages.
It's always the hope.
It's always the hope. All right, so the first thing we gotta do is we're gonna take this chainsaw. It's a beast. You gotta have pretty high CCs. This thing's like, I think 120. You need at least 75, 73
How big is that? 36?
to run it. This is a 32-inch bar on it, and this is the Alaskan chainsaw mill. And the way it works is the chainsaw slides in here. There's two brackets that are gonna hold it tight, and then this is simply the rail system what's gonna sit on the rails to control your depth. So from here to here, you can control all the way up to here. You control how deep you want to cut it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come in about, depending on where we want, probably about 4 inches to cut that top off to get it flush. And then we'll flip the log over, adjust the rails, the decking, and we'll cut it again to keep making it flat. But you could, in theory, come down, drop down. If you wanted a 12-inch, you could come 12 inches, cut the bottom first, and then come back and cut the top. But I don't know if we're going to do it that way or not. I think we're going to cut the top first, and we'll see how we go from there. So this, flip that side up. This just sets on the bar. This should be the last
So
saw.
this clamps right here.
Yep. So get it kind of centered on there.
Yeah.
And then these centered on there.
Yeah.
And then these simply tighten. We'll just need a box in, or I think there's you got it? I can really see. It's kind of nice. All the little bolts work with just your standard chainsaw tool. So you're going to tighten those down, and this is just, these brackets are going to tighten on the bar, so the chain will still slide, but it's just tight to the bar. And so now it's safely in here. This is the part that's going to be able to cut. All right, so now we just have to adjust this. So yeah, so we'll want to measure. We measured on the log, and it's 5 inches down, so we're going to measure from the bar up to this rail. So yeah, that's. Here's the close-up look. You can see the chainsaw mill is just attached to the bar, and then they have these little guides in inches on the sides to tell you, so you know each side is 7 inches from the rail. So you just get that where you want to cut, and you should be good to go. So now on this first log, we have our rail in position. It's level. We fired up the chainsaw, and then we just kind of start cutting. You just want to kind of make sure you keep the chainsaw on the rails so it's nice and level, and just kind of take your time and go slow. Let the chainsaw pull you and kind of do the work, and you should get a pretty level cut. We're using a ripping chain here, which just has wider gaps than a regular chain, so it gives the saw relief
We didn't use wedges. We should have used wedges. It would have made this job a lot faster. It would have cut a lot smoother. On some of the other logs, it kind of tended to bind up. So I just recommend wedges. But safety, just make sure the chain's out of your way. It's easier with two people. And like I said, just kind of take your time and go slow. And everything should be good.
Is that bad?
I don't think that's how it's supposed to work.
Huh.
Chainsaws are dangerous. Things go off, happen, chains come off. So here we're just cutting the logs in half. So you always just want to be careful. And then we're going to roll them, make it easier to work with. The rail's only 8 feet, so you kind of got to cut them in 8 foot or less pieces. All right, so we got the log cut, and then we rolled it up on these 2x4s. And now we're simply going to get the rail back on, get it level, and cut the other side.
Big reveal.
Voila.
Voila, looks,
It's pretty good.
yeah. We can sand most of that out.
It's a nice square beam.
Once we got both sides, the top and the bottom cut, we just came in. Now we just squared up the end where we had originally cut the tree, where we originally sawed it down. Yes, then we just flipped that bad boy over and got the rails all leveled, got it where we wanted to. And it doesn't really matter which way you go. If you notice, from the video, we're going both directions. Well, we usually try to start on the end where it's got the thinnest cut, going to the thickest. But you're really just trying to take off as little as possible each time until you get it to kind of where you want. We wanted a 10 by 10 beam, but I think we ended up with an 8 by 8, and that's just kind of how it goes once we kind of started going. We really didn't know what we were doing, so we were kind of just freestyling it, but I think it turned out okay. So we took the rails off, took the top off, and you're going to see it's not square. When we took the top off for the reveal, cut it nice and flat, but it's not, you can see the log is not square, and we knew that. So we're going to try to pick the most square side, roll it back up on the 2x4s or the platform, and then we're going to find a 90-degree side. Then we're going to set the rail so that it cuts at a perfect 90-degree compared to the side that I'm on. And that way also from end to end, as we're cutting both sides, the end we started on, the end we finished on will be 8 inches in depth and width. And so everything, we're going to try to square it as the side closest to me. We're going to use that as our reference point to try to get as square as possible.
Big reveal.
Big reveal.
Watch your feet. Boom.
That's what we call a trapezoid.
Yep.
All right, so as you can see, the right side was higher than the left. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back and we're going to adjust the rail so that it's a 90-degree, basically flat to that side that Tim's on, the right side. And so, we may cut 2 inches on this. When we come back to do the pass, we'll cut 2 inches from the right side that you're looking at and maybe just a 1/4 inch off the left side, and that should true it up with the other side.
Here's the reveal. Making it square. Boom, dog. Looks good.
Looks like a square. Get closer. Looks like a square from here.
There's the final beam. Now we just got to get the base, put it on,
Square up
and
the
then
ends.
square up the ends, and do that to the other one.
Well, we started with the tree, dead tree, and then we turned it into a beam with the chainsaw mill. So there it is. We got to put steel legs on it, and then we're done. Thanks for watching.